Hey, welcome back to episode 17 of Sensory Sense. I fucked up yesterday. I misspoke. I said episode 15 when it was episode 16, and today we have a special. In fact, I need to grab it real quick. I think I've said this a couple times now about a couple different fragrances, but this one I believe is my all-time winter spring favorite. I'm already gonna tell you right now, this is already a 10 out of 10 for me. This is one of my favorites, and you just saw a snippet of it today. Today we have. Give me a sec. I gotta find the thing. The thing. You know the thing. The thing. We have Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Infrared. This is the Eau de Toilette version, and it's been. You can't really tell, but it's been pretty well used. I got maybe 60% left in there. This one. Well, first of all, how much did I buy this for? I got this new for roughly $50, I think. And man, I'll be honest, it hurt to pay that much for it, but I'll tell you what, in the end, it was fucking worth it. Because I didn't know if I would like this one at first. When I first seen it, it was interesting to say the least, but I didn't know anything about it. It was a total blind buy. My little brother was like, "Hey, you should try Spicebomb." I'm like, "Okay, which one?" And he said, "I don't know." So I'm like, "Alright, I'll look them up, see what's cheap." And that on eBay was the cheapest one I had seen at that point in time. So I'm like, "Alright, might as well start somewhere." And this is the one I got. So going over the Fragrantica page, we have manichords of warm, spicy, cinnamon, tobacco, sweet, fruity, amber, soft, spicy, and fresh. And then as for the seasons, we have fall and winter top rated at night. Night top rated. It's fine to wear during the day. I really don't agree with the night. I think it's great all day long, anytime you want, as long as it's colder, chilly, you know what I mean? But yeah, description reads, Spicebomb Infrared by Viktor and Rolf is an amber spicy fragrance for men. Spicebomb Infrared was launched in 2021. Top notes are red fruits, pink pepper, saffron. Middle notes are cinnamon and red pepper. Base notes are tobacco and benzoin. And longevity, people picked. It's kind of a tie between long-lasting and moderate, but it's moderate has more votes, which is 7 to 12 hours, which I'd say 7 to 8 personally, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. It's been a while since I've worn this because I'm trying to savor it, because there's 60% left in there, but I start to worry when I can see like that when it's not completely full anymore. Which is probably stupid. It's made to be used, but I try to conserve at least a little bit. I go overboard with this one because it's just so good. But yeah, people picked moderate for the sillage. People picked male for the gender, and price value people picked okay. I'll agree with. I don't know if I quite agree with that, but it's. I don't know. I wish it was cheaper because I really do like this one. And I really, really want the Eau de Parfum one because I heard that one's way stronger. And stronger? This is already strong as it is. So stronger, I think would be even better. You know what I mean? More potent? Absolutely. Gimme, because this shit is potent as it is. And I like strong stuff. I like stuff that I can smell through the day and know it's on me. You know what I mean? I like being known, not being known. I like knowing that I can smell it and that everybody else around me can smell it. You know what I mean? And if I can smell it, they can probably, So, anyhow, to the actual review, the atomizer, it doesn't look like much. Oh, man. right off the bat, it's cinnamon. I've said this to multiple people. I've suggested this too. This scent. Um, that is wonderful. That is very comforting, warm, cinnamony. But yeah, like I said, I've said this to lots of people. This is. You ever go to a grocery store, for example, and you're walking, and it's towards like Christmas, fall time. You know what I mean? And they got the scented pine cones outside the store for sale, like the bags of them that you can smell from like fucking 20 feet away. That's what this reminds me of. It's very warm, very cinnamony, and it reminds me of Christmas. I'll put it that way. If Christmas was a smell, this would pretty much be it, in my opinion. Not in a bad way. Man, that is intoxicating. Pardon my French. It's a big word for me, but you know, there's something about that that just makes it so fucking hard not to smell. Like, it's excellent. But anyhow, yeah, it reminds me a lot of those scented pine cones they sell at grocery stores during the holidays. But yeah, let's see. Let's go over the notes, because this one, I only really, right off the bat, I only really pick up cinnamon, but there's definitely other things going on. So there's something kind of fruity in there, which of course is most likely the red fruits. You know, my genius intellect would make, doing its work there. My problem solving skills coming into play. But yeah, it doesn't specify as to what the red fruits are, but there's like a sweet fruitiness to the top, and then pink pepper, a fresh, spicy, floral, and herbal top note with a rosy nuance. Okay, well, there is something a little almost rose-like in there, but there's also saffron on top. And it says a refined note coming from the stamens of the Crocus sativus, a small flower in the iris family known since antiquity. Its odor profile is bittersweet, leathery, soft, and intimate with an earthy base note. Excuse me. I can't say I'm really picking up on that, really. I don't smell anything leathery, soft, soft or intimate, bittersweet or earthy, honestly. I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm not quite sure that's in there, and that's at the low end of the votes as for the scent notes, so I'm gonna go with it. It's probably in there, but I don't smell it. Middle notes of cinnamon, yes, absolutely 100%. You smell it all the way through. Like, even after the dry down, in my opinion. Like, once it even becomes a skin scent, despite the base notes being tobacco and benzoin, like, it's all the way through. Red pepper, as in the, well, it's multiple species of pepper according to this. Pimento and cherry pepper, I believe they're two different peppers. But, the odor profile is described as a very hot, fiery pepper note. Pimento berry oil is a different material, though, referring to allspice. And yeah, there's a very spicy note in there with the cinnamon. Like, it is. I've eaten a lot of peppers. I'm a big pepper guy, and there's like a hint of like a fresh cut pepper in there. A little bit like a ripe red jalapeno. I don't know if you've ever had one. I personally love them when they're ripe and red, because jalapenos are typically harvested before they're fully ripe. They consider green to be ripe, but if you leave them on the vine long enough, they will become cherry red, and the taste is amplified. It's like essentially sweeter. It still has that typical grassy, like, jalapeno taste. You know what I mean? But it's way better, in my opinion. It's like a bell pepper fucked something spicy and created that, essentially. It's very good stuff. But anyhow, yes, I do pick up peppery notes in there. And as for tobacco, You know, I'll say yes, but I don't know what kind of tobacco it smells like to me. Because this is a rich, nuanced, warm and sweet herbaceous scent with a note of whiskey, caramel, and hay. Yeah, it does. There is like a very, very mild tobacco-y scent to it, but it's not like the traditional like freshly pack of open, freshly. Hold on, it's coming to me. Opened, freshly opened pack of cigarettes. It is not that kind of tobacco. It's just like a very, very sweet, mild, kind of fruity almost type of tobacco. Like when I think of tobacco, I think of kind of like a raisiny type scent. Because a lot of the cigarettes I've smoked in the past have had that kind of like raisiny tone coming off of them. But I don't get that here. I would say it is probably like a tobacco note that I'm picking up on, but I don't know what. But as for benzoin, the worm balsamic note reminiscent of vanilla, yes, I will say that's in there. It is not potent. It doesn't come straight through, but it's there if you really smell for it. And on the fold over, there's something almost kind of gross coming through there, which I've never noticed before. But it doesn't smell like that when you're smelling it head on. You know what I mean? Like directly. It's weird, but it doesn't make me dislike it. You know what I mean? This is by far one of my all-time favorites, and I have a tester I'm going to be reviewing soon of Spicebomb Night Vision, and yeah, that one already off the bat wasn't crazy about it. Kind of reminded me of something else I have, but I don't remember what. It's very heavy on the what's the word? It starts with a V, not vetiver. Come on, what the fuck is it called? Give me a second here. It doesn't start with a V. Cardamom. There's a very potent cardamom note in that, I believe. And I have something else that it might have been Calvin Klein One Shock that I gave away. I didn't actually get a chance to review that one yet because I gave it to a friend. Or maybe Vince Camuto Virtue or something that I own. I'm not sure what. But anyhow, this is an absolute 10 out of 10. If you can find it, buy it. Try it. Get a sampler, get a tester or something. It's worth it. And I think you will like it. It's very good for cold weather, fall, winter, things like that. And it is worth every dollar in my opinion. It's flawless. And in fact, someday I want to try the other ones, but it's going to be a while. I'm not going to get there anytime soon. It's just too expensive, but, that's life. Life is expensive, but, yeah, 10 out of 10. Definitely suggest this one if you can get your hands on it. And, yeah, thanks for watching. This has been episode 17 of Sensory Sense. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.